Whoa, ladies and gentlemen, sick intro, isn't it? Today we talk a little bit about Muriel. I totally have to say I underestimated her greatly, but she might be a totally OP support if you build into that and if you play that correctly, and that's what we talk about today during this video. How to build her, how to play her. The gameplay part will be a little bit different today, so it's shorter scenes where I talk about what I do in that scene, how I use skills or how I use items or how I generally approach the situation shown in the gameplay. And you see her skills here in the background or saw on her. So, Muriel, the shield maiden support. Here's the cheat sheet. Let's dive right into DirtyHotte's Guardian Angel build. The build core Muriel support build help your team to avoid as much damage as possible, shield, protect, that's for your team, and frustrate the enemy team at the same time because you are the Guardian Angel. So let's hop directly into the starting items. As a support, naturally the Kima Gemstone of Abundance, because you need that gold, you need that mana regen, and you want that free Watcher's Eye. Then rechargeable health ampoule is the second item I would run on Muriel in the beginning. And we do that a little bit quicker than usual and head right into the legendary items. And the first legendary item isn't actually a legendary item, it's your Kima Gemstone of Abundance tier 2, because you want to upgrade the gemstone first, but tier 2 is usually enough for the games, and it's super cheap, and it gives you the second Watcher's Eye, which saves you a lot of gold in the long term. And with that said, head on to item number 2. So one of the most important items on Muriel as a support, and the item I totally underestimated as well, is a Chain of Unity. Links a selected ally to the hero and absorbs 20% of the ally's received damage. The ring can only link one ally hero, and the absorption effect stops if you are below 30% health. So in combination with your shields, Chain of Unity basically helps your allies to even get less damage. That's as simple as that, and that for only 2,500 gold, and the stats are also pretty nice. And the 2,500 gold, that's important because we are the support and we try to build it pretty cheap. So that was Chain of Unity, and then we head into the next legendary item, Mutant Poe, another crazy item for supports. It's only 2,400 gold, stats are okay, and the active transforms a selected enemy hero into a mutant for 2 seconds. The transformed hero can move but can't use any skill. This is actually huge because you eliminate strong enemies like 2 seconds from the fight. That's really an awesome support item to have. And if you have those 3 items at that level, you're basically set, okay? Many games will already end by that. This is all you need to play Muriel effective, and everything that comes next is just a bonus or add-on. You can also change my suggestions if needed. So another item I like to run, if the time allows, is Sweet Life. Passive, killing an enemy hero or assisting in a kill. So assisting is the important part here. Recovers 2.5% of max health and 2.5% of max mana for 5 seconds. The recovery effect is activated once in 5 seconds, even if multiple enemy heroes are defeated within 5 seconds. So as a support, you will get a ton of assists, and this item Sweet Life really helps you to sustain your mana during those fights. Then we have item number 5, another cheap item, 2,300 gold, Broken Watch. It's basically just a burst heal for Muriel. You have to be pretty close to your allies, though keep that in mind. But it's basically when you shield and just give that little burst heal. In addition to that, it helps to sustain your whole team during a team fight. Then the last legendary item, item number 6, High Priest's Consolation, magical power, magical defense, and mana regen, 5% cooldown reduction only. That's a bit unfortunate, but anyway. Active recovers 180 to 350 health and removes all debuffs for a selected ally. So usually you won't get to item number 6 during regular games, but this one is also pretty cool because of the debuff and another little burst heal. And that's it. That's basically the Muriel Guardian Angel build. That's all you need for Muriel to shine. And now let's head right into the skill priority. And I will talk a little bit about how and when to use the skills and why during the gameplay scenes, so watch them as well if you want to get some more in-depth knowledge about Muriel. So the bread and butter, your most important skill, Glory of Isenia, that's your right mouse button, that's the shield you want to throw on your carry or other ally heroes. So you basically want to spam that, or you want certain scenarios which will be shown during the gameplay as well. Then the next skill I would make is Glowing Light, so that's basically the AoE shield, also pretty nice. And then Final Judgment, which is the enemy slow and speeds up your guys. And as you know, E and Q is a stun that should be used, let's say, very situational. So most of the time I prefer having the shield and Glory of Unseen at the same time to really have a lot of damage protection for my team. And then we have Faithful Woe, your ultimate. It's most of the time I'd say it's ideal to relocate. So if you want to travel back in lane pretty fast, or if another lane needs support, so you get over there fast. But keep in mind, don't use it if your guy in the lane you want to travel to is like at one shot, because until you arrive he might be dead, and then you're dead next. And the further you travel, you might also not end up where you think you would. And there are a few more uses for that also shown during the gameplay, because then it's easier to explain. And with that said, let's head into set gameplay. So we are in the landing phase. Twin Blast is my ADC. And we try to shield him as much as possible and to avoid the enemy poke damage. So here's a little example how to shield situational on Muriel. So you can see that the enemy Sparrow charges her snipe or her precision shot or piercing shot, and that's seeing that bow glow. That's when I add my shield to my ADC, because then you will basically negate the damage. Same can be done for Murdoch. When he lifts his arm, you know the rockets are coming. That's when you want to shield to avoid that damage for your ADC. That's also pretty strong when you combine your right click shield with your area shield. That negates just a lot of damage. So here's just another example. She's using her precision shot, but with our area shield we basically negated the damage. So it's time to travel back to base and get our first item. We had 1000 gold. So that's enough to upgrade our Dekima gemstone. And now we have 2 Watcher's Eyes. Now we're back in the lane. Some team fighting is erupting. We are already at level 5 or level 6 for the ADCs. And now it's really priority to use your right mouse button shield. So you speed up the ADC. And to use your area shield to cover as much as possible from your enemies. Here I try to get in and get a stun, which worked. Nice stun there. And I fall back behind my guys and just shield them, speed them up. I just use my ultimate right there in that fight just to give some protection and shield to my Feng Mao and knock up the Sparrow. So we won that easy peasy, and now we continue in the lane, go for the buff. Now that we pushed our minions to the enemy tower. Enemy Serath is stopping our wave, but that's okay. And I guess it's back to base. We're going back to lane, and here's another thing. So your right mouse button, okay, your shield and your speed up for your ADC has long range and it goes through walls. So you can also use that when your ADC is getting back to lane to speed him up, or if he engages and you're far away, you can still use that shield to help him out. As you can see here, I could have used it even earlier. Now the thing is, he had that shield attacking Sparrow. He had the higher speed because of the shield buff, and now he pushes her back to the tower and just kills her. Here another thing, when you got some time and you have your gemstone on level 2, ward. So ward the right side of your lane, so you see the jungle coming, and a second ward on the objective just in case. So we are back to the lane for some more team fighting. So I try to get in a stun so she doesn't get too far away. And you see a lot of my team are coming, so I give 1 shield to my ADC so he can get there fast. Just check the mid lane, because there's also a fight going on. And now I really try to use the shield on the front guy who's engaging and the area shield to protect as many of my team as possible. There's also our jungler coming in from behind. And now I try to use my E to slow the enemies and help my team as well. And both of them are dead. We kill the tower, and I look again at the mid lane at the other fight and decide to go over there as well, because Muriel is great at that, and help my guy on that lane as well. So shield in, and we are hunting Bellica down. So that's really nice. So basically strong support on the team fight on the duo lane, and as soon as we won that, I go for mid lane to also support the fight there. And here you can see that again, I was basically planning on traveling back, but I see that my Wraith is in a fight with Seraph and that he's low, and that's, I just abort the teleport, and you see the range on that shield, which really helps him out. Now it's really back to base, and I get the second item, or the first legendary, and I told you it's one of the most important items and one of the most underrated items. It's the Chains of Unity, which just gives you even stronger shields and support on one selected ally hero. So we got the Prime Underling, and as you can see here again, your shield long range and through walls. So you can also support, and I would advise to do that when you are far away and out of sight. Here we get the shield again on our Twin Blast. I'm there. He pushes AoE shield to give him even more cover. He finishes off Sparrow, and again the shield is ready. Seraph is going for him. But as you see, with the shield, no problem. And I didn't even use Chain of Unity because I forgot that I just bought that. Otherwise it would have been even easier. I was back to base, and that's also why I use my ultimate. Get back to your team quickly when you had to retreat. So now team fighting at the inhibitor. I chained to my ADC with Chains of Unity, giving shields, handing out stuns. And as I said, the shield is your priority, okay? Your right mouse button shield is your priority. As you can see, he eats damage non-stop, but he gets so many shields from me, like, it's insane! With Chain of Unity. And we stay there in the fight. It's 3 of them, 2 of them. You can keep that team fights up pretty long with Muriel. Just check who needs the shields the most here. Quick stun to help my ADC, and that's Seraph. Now she's really pissed. She really wants me dead. I just move backwards with my team. Give the dome shield to myself, and we get her down because my allies were pretty good, seeing that I get attacked, and they protected the support like a charm. Which means we can still stay in the fight for even longer. AoE shield is also nice for taking objectives and towers, as you've seen here. And we just keep going with the Twin Blast, but I think now it's time to retreat, because I can't heal them like Nabash, but I have awesome shields. So that was a pretty long team fight. Now we are back at an objective. That's also linked to my carry. I just shield him. I don't really do much damage, so I just a little bit here. That's also at the objective, depending where you guys staying here. Use the dome shield. I actually thought he goes in, whatever. So we can do that easy by 2 of us. Nice little shield here. And now you will see in just a few seconds what's also great about Muriel's ultimate. So we go for the Prime Guardian for the next objective. My ADC uses the portal, and as soon as he's on the other side, I use my R to get to him fast. So that's an awesome thing you can do. And now we are at the next objective pretty quickly, and we are ready. Faye is coming in as well, and I just try to support with shields and the dome shield. Get some heavy hits on me. The objectives. Be careful as a support. No worries. I think we should get that pretty easy. Yeah, no problem. Guardian down, 300 gold, back to base. And now I get the second item completed, Mutant Poe, and now I'm even stronger, and I head for the third one for Broken Watch. In that case, because I don't want to go into Sweet Life, because we are dominating pretty much, and I think the game will be over pretty soon. Also here at the inhib, I just shield my ADC. You will see that in a second, they completely ignore me. I speed up my carry. I have the chains on him, I have the shield on him as a little leg there. Sorry, Seraph like totally ignores me this time. I don't know why. Because so I can focus on shielding. Bellica comes for me, misses the stun, misses the bomb, and in the meantime, Twin Blast, my carry, finishes the enemy core. Another nice victory, and here are the game results. As I said, we dominated it pretty much. And I had like 15 assists, 0 kills, but it's okay, and 0 deaths. So Dirty just didn't die. And here's my carry, also awesome game. 12 kills, he died 1 time. So this is my favorite Muriel support build. I tried it out, it's really dominating, it's kind of OP. I hope you enjoyed this video, so please leave a like. And here's the outro, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this little piece of content. And if you want to see more, check the playlist to my left. And if you are more interested in what YouTube algorithm has in petto for you, then check the one below that playlist. If you like my stuff, please leave a like and help Mom's Basement grow. See you next time. DirtyHotte out.